Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So here, Brandon's cleaner wore the same brooch as Justin Baldoni to the Simple Favor premiere, and this is the same brooch that Justin Baldoni wore on his movie premiere. It ends with us. So he and I mean, so many people thought he was a supporter of Justin Baldoni, but no, he couldn't even mention Justin's name. Tell me what you think about this. Did he wear it intentionally, or let's watch this?
It was a very eventful weekend in Austin. Hello, my friend. Perez Hilton here, the queen of all media, the original influencer, 21 years doing this, and your number one source for everything. It ends with us saga. I already shared with you every relevant detail of Fake Lively's appearance at the South by Southwest Film Festival for the premiere of her new movie, Another Simple Favor, but Amber Lively was not the only one in Austin. Blake Hurd's It Ends With Us co-star Brandon Sklenner was there too, for a different project. The 1923 actor was there yesterday promoting his new movie, Drop. But just 7 days prior, Brandon Sklenner was at the Vanity Fair Oscar party. And he wore this, which got a lot of people talking. If you're not familiar with this iconic brooch, it just so happens to be the exact same one that Justin Baldoni previously wore. Same brooch. And not just anytime, anywhere. This was Justin Baldoni banished to the basement. That's right, he wore this brooch to the It Ends With Us premiere in New York City. The same premiere where Brandon Sklenner and the rest of the cast refused to take any photos with him or appear at all in any way with Justin Baldoni. The same premiere where, according to his lawsuit, the Never With Teeth icon demanded that he be kept apart and not even allowed in the same screening room. Hence, he was in the basement with his friends and family. So, when Brandon wore the same brooch on the Vanity Fair Oscars red carpet, a lot of people viewed that as a sign of support for Justin. Even though Sklenner has repeatedly come out in support publicly, repeatedly, for the consumer of oxygen. As recently as December, he shared the New York Times article directing people to read it for the love of God. But on the Vanity Fair red carpet, he wanted to keep the focus on what the message of the film is all about. He dodged and weaved that question. Directly asked how he was supporting Fake Lively, he said, "It's a tough situation, and I just hope everyone remembers what the movie's about and why we made it in the first place, blah, 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 blah." Well, yesterday, he was asked about Broochgate in Austin. On the carpet at the premiere of his movie at South by Southwest, Sklenner had the following to say, clarifying the record. Even though after the Oscars, he posted on social media, "Long live the brooch," leading one to believe he was aware of the brooch's history, he is now saying something different. Asked by People magazine in Texas, was there any hidden meaning behind that pin choice, he responded, honestly, no. I wish I could say there was. That was a total happenstance. I woke up in the morning and saw an article and I was like, oh damn, I literally had no idea. Bruh. Long live the brooch? You had no idea? He says, I had an idea I wanted to wear like a floral brooch of some kind, and that was the color that I liked the best. And lo and behold, someone also wore that prior to me wearing it. He couldn't even mention his name. Justin Baldoni. You know, the guy that hired you. Someone also wore that prior to me wearing it. Drop, his new movie, drops in theaters next month. Will you watch it, or has Brandon Sklenor's handling of everything It Ends With Us saga left a sour taste in your mouth? Let's discuss in the comments section.
I solely believe people get the inspiration from people they aspire to be like. So Brandon Sklenar just wore the same brooch as Justin Baldoni, but yet still says he didn't know. He just realized someone was wearing or had worn a brooch prior to his. What do you think about this, guys?
Is there any special meaning behind that pin you wore last week?
Yeah, honestly, no. No, no. No. I wish I could say there was. That was a total happenstance. I woke up in the morning and saw an article, and I was like, oh, damn. I had literally had no idea. I had an idea I wanted to wear like a floral brooch of some kind, and that was the color I liked the best, and lo and behold, someone also wore that prior to me wearing it, so yeah.
Brandon Sklenar addresses whether there was a hidden meaning behind wearing the same pin as Justin Baldoni, which he couldn't even say Justin's name. Brandon, they've been telling me you're on the sauce for a while now, and I didn't want to believe it. They've been telling me you're not the sharpest knife in the set, and I didn't want to believe it. And they've been telling me you're not the fastest hamster on the motherfucking wheel, and I didn't want to believe it. But now, I believe that shit. Are you okay? Is he in charge of all his faculties? Yeah, you deserve whatever hell is coming your way. Whatever is coming, whatever you get, you deserve it.
I think I would call this secret admiration. He admired him a lot and he just didn't want to admit it. He doesn't know where to stand on his whatever. Um yeah, he also liked the same color Justin Baldoni likes. Let's keep watching.
Brandon Sklenar proves once again what a spineless human being he is. And for anyone that was saying he's now Team Baldoni because he was wearing the same brooch as Justin, please watch this video. He is not Team Justin, he is a coward, and he's not even man enough to say Justin Baldoni's name.
Was there any special meaning behind that pin you wore last week?
Yeah, honestly, no. 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 I wish I could say there was. That was a total happenstance. I woke up in the morning and saw an article, and I was like, oh, damn. I had literally had no idea. I had an idea I wanted to wear like a floral brooch of some kind, and that was the color I liked the best, and lo and behold, someone also wore that prior to me wearing it, so yeah.
Hey Brandon, that someone is actually Justin Baldoni. Oh, you forgot his name. Or maybe he's afraid that Blakey and Ryan will get mad at him if he says Justin's name, take away his pretty new toys. The whole I'm Mr. Switzerland now, the whole let's talk about what matters in the movie, let's not forget what matters, even though I never talked about it during our press tour of a movie months ago, all an act. He got his pretty new toys from Blake and Ryan, and now he's trying not to get backlash, but he deserves the backlash. And can we please cancel him?
Guys, remember when Brandon Sklenar wore this flower pin that Justin Baldoni's wearing? Brandon Sklenar wore it to the Vanity Fair Oscar party. Justin Baldoni was wearing it at the premiere of It Ends With Us. And a lot of people were like analyzing this, saying that Brandon wore this on purpose to say that he's Team Justin Baldoni now. Well, he was at the South by Southwest Film and TV Festival yesterday. And watch what he had to say about this, and then we'll talk on the other side.
Was there any special meaning behind that pin you wore last week?
Yeah, honestly, no. I wish I could say there was. That was a total happenstance. I woke up in the morning and saw an article, and I was like, oh, damn. I literally had no idea. Yeah, I had an idea. I wanted to wear like a floral brooch of some kind, and that was the color I liked the best. And lo and behold, someone also wore that prior to me wearing it. So, yeah.
So Brandon says it was a complete happenstance, that basically it happened. It wasn't anything planned. It didn't mean anything, etc., etc. Now, when you do close-ups of these two pins, brooches, whatever you want to call them, they do look like they're the exact same thing. I don't know. Put your thoughts in the comments.
So here, his facial expression and body language could tell that I'm possibly lying. I don't think it was an happenstance. I think it was planned. Okay, what do you think about this? Tell me.
Brandon Sklenar addresses whether or not there was a hidden message behind the brooch that he wore to the Vanity Fair Oscar party. For those who are unfamiliar with what's going on, Brandon recently wore this flower brooch, which looks kind of similar to the one that Justin Baldoni wore to the premiere of It Ends With Us. Because of that, a lot of people started to speculate that maybe this was Brandon's way of showing Justin's support without actually having to say it. Well, people caught up with him on the red carpet. He does respond to the question, but he does so without saying Justin Baldoni's name. This is his response. Take a listen.
Is there any special meaning behind that pin you wore last week?
Yeah, honestly, no. 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 I wish I could say there was. That was a total happenstance. I woke up in the morning and saw an article, and I was like, oh, damn. I literally had no idea. Yeah, I had an idea. I wanted to wear like a floral brooch of some kind, and that was the color I liked the best. And lo and behold, someone also wore that prior to me wearing it. So, yeah.
So yeah, do you think he was telling the truth? Because I personally would do the good things I see the people I admire do. How about you? What do you think about this? Let me know, guys. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Bye.